Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week.
Hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your humble host, Eric, except I'm not that humble because this part of the show I'm doing in shades at night. Joined by my beautiful co-host, Michael Labune, as soon as we do some depressing news. Seriously, I promise, I have some funny memes, but for right now, we got to find our anchor points in time. You know, ever since COVID ripped a hole in time-space continuum, just time has no meaning, and I need a couple pegs just to remind me, where was I? So here's what was happening since we last talked. Terrible things happened in Seoul. A Halloween crowd crush killed 151 people, 82 others injured in Seoul, South Korea. I mean, the State Department sent them a letter of sympathy. It's just absolutely horrible. That was over the weekend. The Democrats had a weird kerfuffle. Progressive Caucus sent a letter about Ukraine saying that maybe we should negotiate with the Russians, and people had a shit fit, and they pulled it back and said, "Oh, it wasn't us, it was staff." They sounded just like Marjorie Taylor Greene whenever she gets embarrassed by a tweet. Well, a lot of people control that account. It's really kind of sad, but yeah, diplomacy not on the table. Apparently, we need to sell a few more weapons today. The Supreme Court rejected Lindsey Graham's request to block a Georgia grand jury subpoena. So he is going to have to testify in Georgia in the election probe. Very excited about that. Also, Lula in Brazil won the election just hours ago, which is a very good move because Bolsonaro is a fascist. But Brazil's Bolsonaro does not concede to Lula, but he has authorized the transition. His supporters, meanwhile, are blocking streets and burning tires. In a little preview of November 9th, mark your calendars, the accused Paul Pelosi attacker, David DePape, has pled not guilty to attempted murder after breaking into the Pelosi's home and striking Paul with a hammer, which gave Fox News all kinds of stuff to make jokes about. It's been just tasteless and sick for a whole week. And in other news, Musk has said that Twitter will charge $8 a month for a blue verification badge after criticism for $19.99 because he's a billionaire and billionaires are smart in the head. Second woman has said that the Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker paid for an abortion. The man has just lied about everything in the universe. Walker apparently even drove her to the clinic and paid for the procedure after she backed out of an earlier attempt. So, woo, yeah, no standards anymore. And it's running neck and neck. The polls have him even with a minister. Because he says that he's anti-abortion. Okay, moving on. Hey, friend of the show, Adam Murray just cracked 1 million views. So I'm just going to give him a little prop. And he says, Dr. Evil Pinky. Amy Jones comments, please remember us little people. Jerry Lee Lewis died. And friend of the show, Joe, wants to say, did everyone just kind of forget that Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old first cousin? And no, I did not. I did not forget that. His nickname was Killer, too, because he killed people. And several other commenters pointed out lots of people who were murderers and terrible people, but made a lot of popular music, so kind of got a weird pass. And I guess that's still kind of going on. Kanye West fans took to GoFundMe to restore his status as an oligarch. Which is just, again, mind-boggling. But I saw the former president raising all kinds of money when he was obviously lying, even once he got busted for fraud. Hey, send us money to build the wall, and it just built his, wallet. It's really interesting that Musk has bought Twitter this week. And this is a conversation passed along by Eric Blair, which really looks a lot like George Orwell. Says Jack Dorsey in these leaked texts says Twitter should be a public, non-profit communications platform. He says advertising and chasing corporate profit is breaking Twitter. And he's right about this. Twitter should be a public utility. And then there's a little back and forth between Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter, and Elon Musk. And what should it look like? And hint, doesn't look like that at all. Self-described chief twit Elon Musk has made a mostly disastrous start. There's been an explosion in use of the N-word and extremism as people are trying to test the new limits and see what the algorithms are doing over there. He decided that it'd be a good idea to charge $20 a month for blue verification badges, which immediately had tons of people saying, well, then I'm done. and it was like, oh yeah, it makes so much sense too, because at $20 a month, that would add 0.0001% to the profitability of a $20 billion company, you twit. Bloomberg magazine, who knows a thing or two about finance, said Musk paid $44 billion for Twitter, a company worth maybe $12 billion, and seems to be trying to get it down to $0 billion as fast as possible. Jay Powell, a former Republican private equity executive and now chairman of the Fed, says you should brace yourself for a November surprise because Jay Powell is crushing the economy right before the midterm elections, helping to engender a far-right takeover of the government. Thanks, Federal Reserve. Michael.
Here I am.
Mouse study suggests a surprising link between nose picking and Alzheimer's.
Which way?
Michael.
It's very important that I know, is this positively or negatively correlated?
Hey, look, man, we both got kids. This is not our first booger wall, okay? It's just not.
Kenneth has a great question. He says, mice pick their noses? It's really good.
Good point. Duly noted. Jerry, get on the fact-checking for that. In stupid hyper-local news, I just wanted to show you some of the pictures from Paxton. The guy can still crushing it. Look at the smoke effects. They got the ghosts out front. There's skulls in the fence. They were killing it this year. Got a coffin on a post here with a skeleton, lines around the block, spider hanging from the tree. This weird, I think this might be Deane. I'm not sure. It might be a robot. It's probably a robot, but he's got this like skull on a stick and he's like stirring a cauldron. Looks all ghosty and stuff. Got a dragon with lights in it and it produces smoke. It breathes smoke, and had a couple other dragons show up. I guess that's a dragon with horns and dinosaur with horns. I don't know, but freaking cool. Anyway, they're all hanging out and this thing's stirring the cauldron over here, lying around the block. And for those of you who don't know our friend Deane, who like literally lived across the street from Michael, more or less.
Yeah, this is like my old neighborhood.
In Paxton. The thing is, like, even though he's like decked out, and I mean, he looks literally like he's related to a Malfoy. Like the Malfoys are close by blood, right? He's still adorable. Look at him. He's got a dragon and the smoke. I
think this might be Witcher. I think he might be a Witcher here.
Okay. All right. He embodies it. Whatever it is.
He's nailing it.
Deane wins Halloween. I'm just calling it. Just calling it. Always like to close out with a nice animal story, and here's a fun one. Ladybug's surprise appearance during a 59-year-old man's colonoscopy. Look at this little puppy. It's crawling around in there, man. That's
Get the fuck out of here.
3 shots. Yes. I read.
That's so gross.
Woo! Yeah, but did you know that's possible? That's a possible thing. Now, several of you follow me on Facebook, and you know that if my friend Jen was posting and asking why are axolotls suddenly popular, so I had to Google axolotl. Look at this puppy. Look at it. It's a little aquatic salamander. He's got like white translucent skin and blue eyes and these little pink fronds, and he's just perfectly splayed out there, coming at the camera, going bloop 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 bloop. Apparently, these salamanders, unlike others, never leave the water. They don't actually crawl around on land and in the water. They just go from tadpole to swimming, or whatever you call them. Look like this. They're super cute. I even found a picture of one that kind of smiles. Look at the little smile. He looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy. He's a Pillsbury Doughboy salamander called an Axolotl, which I think was really cool. And it's like, oh man, Eric, you couldn't possibly close out with a stronger animal story than that.
Wait. Before we move on, just got to say, axolotls, however you say it, is the like official mascot of asexual people. So, and like everybody kind of on that to include like a romantic and demisexual and so on and so forth. Yeah. So they're putting the A in LGBTQIA. Shout out to my ace folks. We love your mascot.
Nice. Well, I gotta say, seriously, I'd never heard of this thing before, and after looking at several pictures of them online, this is a very cute little animal. But not the best animal story this week. Oh no, that one goes to Zoo Closed, Snake Hunt on for Houdini, the clever king cobra that escaped his enclosure. Is it safe here? A customer asked, and a staff member calmly replied, no, but we're working on it. Apparently, they swapped out a super hot incandescent bulb in the cage with one of those cool new compact fluorescents, and the snake figured out, since it wasn't too hot to burn him, that he could sort of squish past it, and he got to freak out. And that, as of this broadcast, as far as I know, hasn't been found yet. Still in there somewhere because it's snowing outside there. It's in Germany. But King Cobra hanging out. Anyway, that concludes the news for Facebook for the Blind for November 1st, 2022. Now on for Act 1 from our friend Michael Labune. Take it away.
So I'm going to start off with some pictures of some things that found their way on Twitter. These are just different pictures from around Halloween in the United States. Here on somebody's porch, there's a bowl filled with American Spirit cigarettes and a sign that just is written in marker on a white piece of paper that says, please, only one cig. And then down at the bottom in parentheses, it says, don't take lighter. Definitely a cigarette lighter there too. I got to say, I would fucking love it if I came to this house at any age. Any age Michael Labune would love this house. Here, there's a bowl with some Ziploc bags in it next to the doormat, and it just says, take one bag of Sprite. Here's a big bowl set on somebody's porch, and it just says, warm scrambled egg. I saw another one of these with scrambled egg, and it said, warm scrambled egg, one handful, please. Here's somebody left a 24-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola with a note that says, please only sip once. And the Onion is reporting, it's a little girl in a witch costume. She looks sad. It says, disappointed trick-or-treater was really hoping to get at least one pack of fentanyl. Maybe next year, Mackenzie. Middle Class Fancy. Middle Class Fancy. Friend of the show, Middle Class Fancy. We're glad you're here, Middle Class Fancy. They have this picture of a man wearing khaki shorts and a light blue shirt and New Balance shoes and white socks pulled up, and he's holding a Chili's to-go box. He also has sunglasses on his head. He's standing next to a woman who's wearing jorts and a pink shirt that says live, laugh, love. No, it says live, love, much. I don't know what it says. And she has a Karen haircut and sunglasses on her head, and she's holding a sign that says, I'd like to speak to the manager.
My culture is not your costume. That's fantastic.
Middle Class Fancy says, my culture is not your costume. Fucking own it, Middle Class Fancy. We love you anyway. Kyle Kinane, friend of the show, Kyle Kinane.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle.
So this comes after Kyle's writing this in response to the fact that Kanye West said some horrifying shit. Among his horrifying shit, he said some very anti-Semitic things, and was subsequently dropped by Adidas, which is like not easy to do. Adidas, they don't have the cleanest history either. But yeah, founded
by a Nazi. Founded by a Nazi.
That's right. Founded by a Nazi. Mm-hmm. So Kyle Kinane, I actually didn't know that, but I knew they had some kind of Nazi problem. He says, sneakerheads assessing their collection today. Okay, these are overpriced, butt-ass ugly, and made by children. But has their namesake said anything crazy about the Jews? And I'm not sure what Kyle's point is here. I think his point is something like, you were already not ethical, and,
right.
And Kanye is worse, Yeezy's worse, whatever. I don't know. But I liked it because he does make a strong point here that seriously, like, every single part of our sneakers is fucked up, but also, yeah, Kanye West is worse. So now moving on to the spirit of Halloween costumes that we saw this week. I have, by the way, I have 3 more memes.
Okay.
This one is comes in the orange package. It's just a picture of the package, and it's labeled "Anti-Semitic Shoe Salesman," and there's just a picture of Kanye West.
Yeah.
Next one, spirit of Halloween is it says conservative guy scared of cities, and we see a white guy with a beard, and he's wearing a 9-line, I don't know, fucking Under Armour shirt with the like flag on the sleeve. Conservative guys scared of cities, and then it says saw that thing on the news. Too many of those people there. Can't park Ford Super Duty. And then not scared, bro. And this one came with a label that said definitely not scared, bro. Oh man. This one got me. This one's labeled non-profited, and it's just a picture of a lady in her like, I'm guessing like late 50s. And she's got salt and pepper hair, and she's smiling, white woman. And it says, this one is labeled non-profited. And we get, with this costume, we get the quote, "I don't do this work for the money." Also, spouse works in finance, 2% COL raises for staff, cost of living raises. Once everyone back in the office, cried at the last DEI workshop. And that's all I got for round 1. The wholesome round. Keeping it wholesome. Keeping it wholesome this round, Eric.
Wow, that is notable. Actually, for you, that's yeah, I'm impressed.
It is of note.
Tis indeed. All right, jumping into it with Act 1, the ostensibly wholesome round, brought to you by sarcasm. Weight Watchers posted this one. Congratulations at Adidas on losing 163 pounds. By the way, note the blue check mark. This is actually Weight Watchers. This is a real tweet.
That's awesome.
Thought it was wonderful. Occupy Democrats passed along a picture of Kanye. Says Kanye West hires former FBI agents to get his net worth back.
Nice.
This is the Spirit Halloween costume, and it's got basic book banner. We have a woman looking into a book, and she's shaking her fist. Includes fear of people different than you, hatred of new ideas, a ton of free time you use to harass librarians trying to protect intellectual freedom. Asterisk, does not require reading any book. I thought this was just exceptional. The fruit stand and seafood posted this, took a lot of thought and creativity. This is a jack-o'-lantern lit from the inside with a creepy, eerie green light. Inside are googly eyeballs, and coming from the sides around the cracks in the hole here are hands, like hand. It's trying to get out. The googly eyes and the pumpkin guts are trying to crack their way out of the jack-o'-lantern, and that is awesome. I've never seen this effect before, and I'm like, that's brilliant. Really like it. Speaking of excellent costumes, this one was brought to us from the Woodstock, New York Halloween parade, and they got a baby in a stroller, but they have decorated the stroller to look like the Nirvana Nevermind cover. So the baby is the baby, and there's a dollar hanging from a wire like in front of it, and it's like looking at it with its pinky out. I mean, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. He looks like Kurt Cobain. She looks like Courtney Love. She's got the leopard print jacket. This is a quality family costume right here.
Do you know the story behind this? So do you know why the dollar?
No, I don't.
Okay, so this is actually even like more of a meta joke even than you got.
Okay.
The kid who was on the cover of Nirvana, the actual person that they took a picture of that made that baby, he like tried to get them to somehow give him credit, or he tried to get some money from Nirvana for his own art. After that, they declined. And when because they're like, you were a fucking baby we took a picture of. Yeah. After that happened, he sued Nirvana as an adult. Sued Nirvana, or like Dave Grohl, the surviving members, whatever the fuck, to try to get royalties or damages. Tried to get damages because his naked body was used back then as an infant. He fucking lost immediately, right? And then like when they interviewed him about it, he was like, oh, I was really hoping it would bring some more attention to my art exhibit.
Wow.
So that baby just turned out to be a fucking money grubbing piece of shit. So that's why they have this baby chasing a dollar.
This is, again, fantastic.
This is a deep cut. This is a very deep cut.
Perfect for Halloween wholesome round, which was quite fun. Hope you had a happy Halloween. Oh, hey, here we go. We got Methy Trailer Green, MTG, Methy Trailer Green, says, stop sending him memes. And it's a picture of Herschel Walker holding up his badge, and it says, Walker, Feckless Ranger.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty good. This next one was posted on Facebook for the Blind, a weekly memecast. If you're not following Facebook for the Blind, a weekly memecast, what are you doing with your life? It's a very bit of creepy practice. Gallifreyan Jedi passes along. School spirit always creeped me out when I was a kid, and I didn't know why at the time. But as I grew older, I realized it was because it was just practice for nationalism.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so it is. Creepy jokes for the wholesome round of the Halloween show on Facebook for the Blind. Steve Hofstetter, friend of the show, Steve Hofstetter. Steve, thanks for all the cards and letters. He posts from one of his fans. I'm not sure what the right word is. Ivan, who says, I love comedy, but this guy is a leftist ponder. I don't know what a ponder is. Steve Hofstetter replies, Ivan, most comedy is progressive. Ivan replies back, Steve, where does stupidity and incompetence fit into the progressive notion of comedy? Steve says, typically stupidity and incompetence don't understand comedy and then ask questions about where they fit in. So wholesome. This is another post from FB for TB, a weekly memecast from Yes Witches, who says, this is the last time I'm ordering anything from Wish. And we see a large kit of tiny little figurines, and they are sex toys. I'm talking like Barbie-sized vibrators. There's some anal beads, few handcuffs. There's some dildos. Oh, that's the rabbit. Oh, there's like 3 different sizes of rabbit, but all of them very tiny. And somehow from the little the Samsung massage wand that's being held between this woman's 2 dainty fingers, you can see the disappointment. Can you read the body language of the disappointment in the fingers there? I don't know how she's doing it, but it's conveying it. But Princess Little Spoon, who posted these trinkets ordered on Wish, says, my Barbies would be so excited. So there's that. Got 2 more for this round. Already did that one. Weight Watchers said that. This is a repurposed image from Hellraiser, except as Jeff Bezos as Pinhead in Seattle, and it says, demons walk amongst us. Billionaires aren't people. And we see him in the Pinhead suit, and instead of the box, the puzzle box, it's an Amazon box with a smile on it, and his fingers are bloody.
It's awesome.
Yeah, wrapping up the wholesome round. Round 1.
That was. I agree.
It's very wholesome.
Moving into round 2. Here we go. Round 2 starts with Glow Fuck Yourself. Friend of the show, Glow Fuck Yourself. Thank you for everything you do for us. So here's a picture of a ham, like a ham, Christmas ham or something. And Glow Fuck Yourself says, that's a nice ham you got there. Be a shame if someone put an S in front of it and an E behind it.
So dumb.
That was all shame. Well done. Middle Class Fancy is back. That's right. Friend of the show, Middle Class Fancy, really just killing it this week. They say Halloween at the office, and there's a picture of a white, I don't know, like a 30-year-old white guy smiling. He says, haha, nice costume. I didn't know we were supposed to dress up today. And another white guy who's smiling says, I'm not wearing a costume. First guy says, then why do you look like a silly goose? And then the last picture is just the 2 of them closer together and smiling together. Oddly, a lot of people sent me this meme this week. It was... I don't know why.
Interesting.
So now we get into the Elon Musk taking over Twitter tweets and memes that made me giggle this week. Jesse McLaren at McJesse says, Elon Musk taking over Twitter feels like someone took a poop in the glass of pee I was drinking. I gotta say, Jesse, this got you an immediate follow from me. I immediately clicked on your name and followed you. Well done. That's
Jesse
perfect.
McLaren, typing it now.
So good. At McJesse, new friend of the show. Onion Souls. Now, I will say that I started my migration over to Tumblr from Twitter this week. I've only been there for a few days, but Jesus, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Things are going well. Yeah. So I snapped this off of Tumblr from Onion Souls, and they say the conundrum. I want Elon Musk to break Twitter, but also Twitter to break Elon Musk. But we're unlikely to get the perfect ratio of mutual fuckery. Oh, this is well put. I was like, I think that's what I was feeling in my heart. The Daily Planet reports, there's a picture of Elon Musk right in the middle of the front page above the fold. Daily Planet reports, Lex Luthor buys Daily Planet. Picture of Elon Musk says, we'll put Bizarro and Brainiac back on op-ed board. Pretty disappointing news. This was from the Reddit Ask Reddit. Someone asked, what is the weirdest thing a complete stranger has done to you? And Markovian Parallax replies, I got on the bus and a drunk guy tried to hand me a beer. And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And then he handed me $1 and said, I saw that guy took your $1. That's really fucked up. And I was like, the bus driver? He wouldn't take his $1 back.
That's so good.
Glow Fuck Yourself is back. There's a picture of Joaquin Phoenix with the face paint as the Joker from the film. And he's looking directly into the camera, very serious with his Joker makeup on. And it says, when a good man becomes tired of being mistreated, that's when society should fear. Because he will make a post with the picture of Joker and go back to his normal routine. I have 2 more memes this round. Okay. This is a picture of a T-Rex with a human ass.
Okay.
That's just, well, I mean, maybe not human ass, but no tail. Where you would expect to see a tail, there is just an ass. So it's a T-Rex.
Did you think Shanklin was coming to this show?
No. This is a very much like in with apologies to Andrew Shanklin. How about that? With apologies to Andrew Shanklin, I present these next 2 memes. This is a picture of a very well-drawn T-Rex, but instead of a tail, he's been over at the waist, like they seem to be most of the time when they're walking forward. And instead of a tail, there's an ass. Okay? It says, and this is from @J_Stocky, who says, as a traditional artist, I always have trouble when drawing king animals, especially dinosaurs, as the paper is not enough to fit in. So I have found the solution. And you see this picture of this dinosaur with no tail, just an ass instead. It is unsettling. Drex Slayer of Montera has a picture of the kid from Home Alone with a shotgun, and it says, you got 5 minutes to put the tail on the T-Rex. And Jay Stocky says, okay, loved emoji, and then drew a picture of a tail, of a T-Rex tail, but instead of being attached to a dinosaur, at the very end of the tail is a butt plug.
Oh. Was this Glow Fuck Yourself? No, it wasn't. Huh. Interesting.
This was not Glow Fuck Yourself. This was Jay Stocky. I gotta say, this was on Twitter. I got it off Tumblr. Yeah, it's look, there's some fucking weird people on the internet. I think that's really all we've learned here.
It's very true. That is extremely true. And yeah. All right, my act 2 is going to be rough and tumble because I'm having standard technical issues because I'm twit. Pretty much is what's going on. All right, so I noticed that. The spirit costumes definitely were the trending meme big time this year. I mean, there were so many of them. no way I'm possibly going to be able to squeeze them all in, but so many good ones. This one, youth services librarian. Kit includes fun outfit, inhuman amount of energy, musical talents, comfy chair, hand cramps from cutting out letters. That's fun. Occasionally I run into one that I'm not sure how to take. This is a child. This is a child in costume, and he is dressed as the Buffalo Soldier guy from January 6th. He's carrying a podium. He's got a hat with tails on it and horns on it, and he's wearing a red sweatshirt, and he's carrying a podium with the seal of the Speaker of the United States. Says, tonight, one of my students won first place in his age group for the best costume. He's a free thinker with his own opinions and beliefs. Every child deserves the same opportunity. I'm like, yes, I laughed when I saw this, but also felt weird and wasn't. Yeah, I got really confused. I just, I
need to know if he's for or against. Is he dressed this way because he sees this as a monster?
Yeah.
Then, okay.
Exactly. It was like one of these things where I need more information before I can decide here what's going on. Elon Musk on a spirit costume says self-made billionaire, includes generational wealth, sense of entitlement, billions in government subsidies, and surplus value stolen from workers. It's a picture of Elon Musk. It's the self-made.
Nice work.
Yeah. Herschel Walker, a lot of good jokes about Herschel Walker, and I don't know if you saw it, but Desi Lydic fox-splains Herschel Walker, one of the best pieces she's ever done. Her fox-splaining is on point and great. And she was talking about all the defenses that Fox News is using for Herschel Walker. And she was just like, oh, his kids are against him? I mean, from Herschel Walker's kids, they've never even met him. Which I thought was really good. This one was crazy. Aggressive, sarcastic scientist posted a picture, a news story of Elon Musk carrying a sink into Twitter headquarters. And it's just captioned, no matter how much money you have, it can't make you funny.
Dude, that's so fucking true. That guy cannot land a joke to save his goddamn life.
No,
he's not.
And he's not smart enough to like hire anybody to figure it out. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. I'm not even sure what to say. Another weird one that was going around I saw were off-brand costumes. This one is number 15 on the BuzzFeed list. This fantastic magician boy who could totally be from any franchise. Fantastic magician boy. He's got the Harry Potter glasses, the Harry Potter scarf, the Harry Potter cone hat, wizard hat, the Harry Potter cloak, and fantastic magician boy. Barely outside of the copyright rules there. Saw a lot of them. Oh, another one of my favorites. This one is unusual events wig. So you want to play 7, the character 7, or maybe in this case 6 or 8 from Stranger Things. Oh, I mean unusual events. Here's your wig, just $5. $5, and you could be 8 from unusual events. This one is a Spirit Halloween package, washed up 90s action star. And, it definitely looks like Steven Seagal. Got the beard, got the widow's peak, got the black, got his little silver cross chain there, and eating a carrot for some reason. It says, washed up 90s action star, speaks multiple languages, expert in everything, 37th degree Aikido black belt, dual citizen, U.S. and Russia. Deputy Sheriff, New Mexico. Above the law. Out for justice. And little asterisk at the bottom. Black shoe polish and carrot glove included. Black shoe polish for your beard and your widow's peak and your hair, Steven Seagal. Anyway, absolutely friggin' loved it. Friggin' loved it. And I guess I'm going to finish off with this one just because I love it. So I happen to post this thing about oh, nope, I'm not going to do that one. Sorry, not that one. Hang on. Oh, boy, go back here. Oh, here's that. Here we go. Got Wobbly Blackbeard. And if you're not following Wobbly Blackbeard, you are missing out. Reposting Travis Allen, who says, day one of tweeting this picture until I get permanently suspended from Twitter. And it's Elon Musk. And that woman that went to jail for sex trafficking is Epstein's girlfriend, whose name is
Giselle.
Ghislaine. There's some jizz in it, and there was
Maxwell, right? Ghislaine Maxwell.
That sounds really real.
Does that sound right? Does it sound like a human trafficker?
It does. We'll try and dump a few more here. There were a lot of Herschel Walker as a member of the Village People pics with him holding up his badge and wearing a helmet with the rest of the Village People crew. And somebody posted his sheriff's office badge. They've like thrown corn to censor the name of the county. It's censoring it, and they've put googly eyes over Herschel's face. It says Herschel Walker in quotations, except not quote, special deputy sheriff. So, look at it's totally legit there. This next one's a picture of a little wiener dog, and he's being held up and his eyes are really big, and somebody's holding up a fish. And the fish is going, into the wiener dog's face, and the wiener dog's got really big eyes, and the fish is labeled Kanye West is bipolar. You can't judge his behavior by that. And the wiener dog is labeled me, who is bipolar, and has never gone DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
That's great.
And I close it off with a wholesome one. There were a whole lot of these jack-o'-lanterns like consuming other jack-o'-lanterns. This is a work of genius. Someone has carved like a head all scrunched up in pain with a tiny pumpkin embedded in it, his eyes all squinted up, and tears made from pumpkin seeds pouring from the corners of his eyes. He's going, ah! And he has a little tiny pumpkin embedded into him. It's a pumpkin carved with a little tiny pumpkin embedded in the top of it. It's like so meta, I can't even take it. Up my round 2, I believe it.
All right, here we go for round 3, the penultimate round. This is I'm starting this off. I gotta say, this was the post that made me laugh the hardest this week, and it's a picture of a young woman. And she's sitting on the edge of her bed, and she just looks like, 1,000-mile stare. And it says, when the shift was so bad, you got to sit in silence for a couple of minutes.
I think we've all been there, baby.
Well, the first comment says, in all caps, how do you shift? And the next person says, no, like work, like a job. And the last person comments, when you shift so bad, you don't have a clutch. And then I went back. And what makes me laugh so hard at this is like to think about this being posted because someone actually did shift this bad driving. Like, oh my God, when I live in the world of the first commenter, it makes me laugh so hard. When the shift was so bad, you got to sit in silence for a couple of minutes. Whew. Anyway, this is a picture of a native man taking a selfie in the mirror. He's, really broad-shouldered, big guy, muscle, athletic-looking guy. And he's wearing a red shirt, and it looks like the old Washington Redskins color and logo, but instead of the logo that people my age are used to seeing, there's just a picture of a white guy with brown hair, well groomed. It's just a picture of a bust of a like normal looking white guy, and instead of Redskins, it's labeled Caucasians.
Love it.
What I like best about the picture is the guy taking the selfie looks like he really is like proud of this shirt, like a person wearing their favorite football team would. He's like pointing at it. He's like, yeah. Tim Curry, this made me laugh, replying to Sleepy at Quick-Eyed Quack. Sleepy says, I'm not religious, but I believe Tim Curry is having a good time in the afterlife. Tim Curry quote tweeted this and said, I totally respect you're not religious, darling, as nor am I. If you could at least wait until I'm fucking dead, though, that'd be smashing.
Yeah.
Glow Fuck Yourself is back with a Halloween special. A guy named Eric Lind captured these photos of an owl at his parents' house. It has stolen a child's stick horse and is flying around the neighborhood with it. And you see in the first picture, there is a picture of an owl with a horse a stick horse up in a tree. And then the next picture is a picture of the owl flying around holding this stick horse. And it absolutely looks, to me, it looks like a cat riding a broom. Maybe a witch if you look at it just right.
That's awesome.
Snoop Dogg posted. Friend of the show, Snoop Dogg. We love you, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop!
Can't wait to have you back on the show. Snoop Dogg says, me, can we have seafood? Mom, we have seafood at home. And then a picture of the seafood at home. And it's just shells and cheese with a hot dog that's been cut to make it look like an octopus. Glow Fuck Yourself is back again. Picture of a truck and the trucker smiling, and then there's a car next to the trucker, and the kid is doing the like pull the horn thing with their arm. And Glow Fuck Yourself says, no matter how badass of a trucker you are, if a kid does the arm pump, you throw a bottle of piss at them. Glow Fuck Yourself again. This time a picture of a what's it called? Nature's own like loaf of bread. And it says, I got to stop smoking. Been looking for my sandwich for like 10 minutes. And if you look closely in this loaf of bread, there is a sandwich that's been put back in the loaf. Cinnamon Bun, friend of the show, not Sophia Coppola. We love you. Keep up the good work. Says, can we get this picture of baby Clifford dressed as a ghost to 1 billion likes? And I took this picture especially because I loved that there was exactly 3 likes. And my last meme for this round is Orc, same as Dat, at Unplaceable Face, who says, went back in time to kill Jesus and stop Christianity from happening. Unfortunately, due to a slight misunderstanding on my part. And back to you, Eric. Let's see what you got for round 3 before our post with the most.
Yes. Oh man, I've got too many memes. I'm just gonna have to go really fast. So keep your laughter extremely, short. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Here's a picture of Elon Musk on Joe Rogan smoking a blunt. There's lots of smoke all over it. It says hitting a blunt. Oh, by the way, this is passed along by the way. That's B-I, the way. It says hits blunt. Dog food lid spelled backwards. Spells dildo of God. That's pretty good. Just a weird thing. I keep citing breaking news, man invents fictional scenario, and then gets angry about it. I really honestly can't tell you to follow this group because there's just too many of them. There's so much of this stuff, and it's mostly like shared unironically and weird. So Kevin Liu posts this thing, more completely fabricated bullshit. Got a picture of 1960, and we've got some, typical family units. There's a couple that's holding each other. There's a guy chasing a girl in the background. There's a family with 5 kids. And then it says 2013, and we see 2 dudes together. We see a man and a woman, but they have 2 dogs, no children. And there's like, I don't know, lesbians with hearts running around in the background. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And then 2023, we have a person that has boobs and a goatee, who's dressed all in pink with a dog. And I don't know if they're dancing, maybe. I'm not sure the arms are right. And then we have a large white man with a tiny black girl. I don't know why that's bad. Oh, he's got money. Maybe it's a tiny, I don't know. And then in the background,
supposed to infer that there's a sexual relationship there.
Pedophile, it's really gross. Okay, and then in the background, there's lots of animals, and there's some kind of animal orgy going on. So again, fictional scenarios that people are angry about. This is unironically shared. And I just wanted to point out, have you ever noticed their imaginations always go to bestiality? Like, remember when gay marriage came out and they're like, you could maybe marry a dolphin. And it's like, and this person's like, and pedophilia, and I'm just like, well, yeah, but they really seem to think about animal stooping like way more than average people. Have you ever noticed that? I don't know what that is. It's very strange. Anyway, as we were saying, again, another fictional scenario. Fentanyl is being packaged as Skittles and Nerds, so throw them away on Halloween just to be safe. And I literally heard that some people had done this, that this was actually a thing because people are so confused by this crap. And I thought of the retort that I'm going to use next is like, have you ever heard that they smuggle heroin in coffee? Have you ever heard that, Michael? So that the dogs won't smell it in coffee?
I've heard coffee and I've heard peanut butter.
Has that made you want to stop going to Starbucks? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or not drinking coffee because you're like, I don't know, man. I heard they smuggle it in heroin. Yeah, maybe it's smuggled as something that looks like candy. Anyway, this is a picture of Pete Davidson with a look. He's got his eyebrows raised. He's holding the microphone. He says, I mean, if Kanye said so. Dude, I don't know. Is Kristen laughing? If anybody would know a punchline about a 10-inch dick, I would think it would be Kristen, but that, maybe I don't know. Okay, moving on. I got to move faster. Friend of the show, Kate Hester says, in quotes, a pregnant woman never drinks alone. In response, that's so true. She has a really, really cool baby that drinks with her. This is a picture of the girl from Stranger Things holding up a sign, the Ahoy girl from the Ahoy place, and it says, why argue with an anti-vaxxer when you could just wait?
Oh, Jesus.
I love it. This one I found, and this is an actual book on Amazon. It has got a picture of a demon woman sort of covered in blood, and it's The Haunted Vagina. This literally, dude, the lead up, there's skeletons in the background looking on, and this red-eyed demon girl is on the cover of The Haunted Vagina. And I read the blurb. It is a real book. Apparently, all's well between old girl and her boyfriend until it's discovered that her vagina is a portal to the world of the undead and hell. And I think a corpse crawls out in the midst of them fucking. So anyway, I don't know why this isn't a bestseller, but now you know it exists. So there you go. It's a picture of Herschel Walker in an astronaut's uniform. It says Herschel Walker was the first FBI agent to score 3 touchdowns on the moon for the New York Yankees. Really, why even try at this point? Who cares? Right here's a picture of Woody from Toy Story, and it says still more of an actual sheriff than Herschel Walker. You said COVID is no joke, and this says COVID is no joke. One former patient was so brain damaged afterwards, he thought he won an election. He lost by 7 million votes. Another angry person at fictional stuff. Breaking news, man invents fictional scenario and gets angry about it. He says, open the Keystone XL pipeline and close the border. Make this go virtual. Just, woo! I love you guys. This one's still funny. Candace Owens got Kanye banned from Twitter, Instagram, and dropped from all his business endeavors using her talking points while convincing him to buy Parler that's owned and run by her husband. So, remember, kids, you too can grow up to exploit the wealthy mentally ill. America. Got one more here from friend of the show, Jason Brown, passing along Paul's Rolda, who says he's posting about a job at USA Jobs. Says, sure, I have a few questions. Just wondering what happened to the last person in this role? Hiring grizzly bear conflict manager. Paul said, sure, I have a few questions. Just wondering what happened to the last person in this role? Thunder Dungeon replies, retired with some nice send-off, I assume. And another Kanye one here. My friend Andrew Young says, my Jewish homie just threw his Yeezys in the trash. Kanye has the Jewish population so mad they stopped caring about resale value.
Nice.
Now, I posted an interesting one earlier this week. I said, please take any movie title and tack on Charlie Brown. And I put it out there. And friend of the show, Diane, listening from work, she said, Total Recall Charlie Brown. And I was like, oh, Total Recall Charlie Brown. That's so good. So I made a little Total Recall Charlie Brown thing, man. And then I was thinking, but that's not really the most famous picture from Total Recall. I mean, this is probably the most famous picture from Total Recall. So I made that instead.
Dude. I want to say for our listeners that this is a picture of the picture everybody knows from Total Recall, where it's Arnold Schwarzenegger I don't know what's happening to him, but he's got the
getting neuralized.
Yeah, but it's a picture of Charlie Brown now. But if for some reason he superimposed Arnold Schwarzenegger's teeth on Charlie Brown.
You can almost hear Arnold being channeled through Charlie Brown.
This is haunted.
It's good, isn't it? I fucking love this one. I got so many laughs off this. And by the way, too, everybody's making a big stink about these silly AIs, and they're like, oh, you can make an AI and it can do artwork. Okay. So I put in Total Recall Charlie Brown and I got this, which I don't know, it kind of looks like one of the thumbs from Spy Kids, thumb monsters, and like sort of Charlie Brown with, I don't know what's going on there. So I tried it again. I reset it. It gave me this. And I was like, bro, what? I mean, dude, I got a 10-year-old kid that could probably kick this one out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have five seconds to copy this picture. Anyway, and then I made my own because it just occurred to me. I was just like, oh my God, Goodwill Hunting Charlie Brown. So I made this. It's Matt Damon looking down a sniper rifle. It just says Goodwill Hunting in the proper font and Charlie Brown.
I like it.
I loved it. Anyway, thank you, Diane. Listening from work, could not have done that without you. It was inspiring.
All right. I think it's just that time of the night for us to go with post with the most.
Yeah, that's true.
My post with the most this week was a picture of a pumpkin that I carved. I carved a Ninja Turtle into the pumpkin. Yeah. And I got to say, this was, well, if I'm going to be just completely honest here, it's the best job I've ever done on a pumpkin, but it's actually not as good as it looks in the picture because the pumpkin is cut at the bottom of it. And when I took it from this picture, the cut in the bottom of the pumpkin on the other side looks like it's shading that I magically put on the negative space that is the Ninja Turtle nose.
Oh.
So you see, it looks like really good shading. It's not. That's a cut in the other side of the pumpkin. But anyway, this was my post with the most. I put it on my socials, and I put the heading "Get on my level." We take pumpkin carving very seriously around here.
Nice. Forgot one. Got to get it out there. Friend of the show, Jiff Tiedrick says, "Holy fucking shit! Twitter is crashing and burning faster than a Tesla." Remember that, kids. And I forgot for the wholesome round, this is supposed to be my closer. This is puns saying the Indian restaurant I work for is so secretive, I had to sign a legal agreement that I wouldn't share the flatbread recipe, just their standard non-disclosure agreement. And replying to it was this guy saying, Google it, you spelt non-disclosure wrong, by the way. Which people were responding with like, he didn't get the point, it went over his head. But then my friend Paul was just like, unless he's got spelt, it's SPELT. He goes, if that's part of the joke, that's the